Hello, I am Hunter Honaki, presenting today on the relationship between unemployment and crime rate in the contiguous USA for the final project in DSCI 605 here at Ball State University. The relationship between unemployment and crime has been studied extensively across the world. This project's significance stems from the commonly debated relationship between these two rates. According to the U.S. Office of Justice Programs, it is theorized that unemployment tends to propel people into crime to enable them to survive economically. Generally speaking, they are more inclined to resort to crime given poor economic circumstances and would be less inclined if their economic circumstances was different. This study, data collection, and data analysis has allowed us to take a deep dive into these trends. And although this link is very complex, hopefully these findings can help us better understand how unemployment and crime may be related. For today's presentation, I will first discuss our data sets that we will be working with and how we prepared this data for analysis. Then we will review the project objectives and what questions we hope to have answered. Next, I will review our data processing and analysis with you before concluding with our discussion. The three main data sources include data sets on unemployment, murder rates, and crime and incarceration rates in the United States. All data sets include information at the state level for these data points, along with data from the years 2007 to 2014. So we will keep our focus on trends at these two levels. Links to the data sets are available at the bottom of this slide and can be distributed as needed. The key question to be answered from today's presentation is, what is the relationship between unemployment and crime rates? This question guides us into key investigations, including examining the overall trend between unemployment and crime rates, analyzing temporal variation in these trends, and analyzing regional variation in these trends across the contiguous USA. This analysis proceeds through the following methods: choosing the variables of interest and which data visualization types to use, pre-processing the data to ensure compatibility and comparison across multiple data sets, and completing various graphical representations and visualizations for analysis. So first, to answer the question, what is the overall trend of crime and unemployment rates? This scatter plot here shows us the overall relationship between crime and unemployment in 2014. It is color-coded by region. Reviewing this graph, there is a slightly positive relationship between crime rate and unemployment that generally, as crime rises, so does unemployment during this specific year of 2014. Reviewing how these trends look compared over time, we can see that in our sample states of California, Idaho, Illinois, and Indiana, the general trend from 2007 to 2010 was a gradual increase in unemployment rates before a steady decrease of these rates across all four states. Reviewing the crime rates, California and Illinois over this time period showed a steady decrease in crime rates, while Indiana had a steady period from 2007 to 2010 before seeing a slight increase in crime rates, and Idaho started low and ended slightly lower. With fair consistency, there was no major increase in crime rates from 2007 to 2010 across any of these states in our sample, even though unemployment rates were rising consistently in all of those states during that time period. After that period, though, as unemployment rates were dropping, crime rates were generally dropping as well. This shows us that there is a slightly positive relationship between unemployment and crime rates, but may not be as strong as our scatter plot showed us that these two variables could be. Now looking over the overall trend of unemployment rate across the contiguous USA and crime rates, there is some visual relationship between these two rates. On both maps, the darker blues show low rates, lighter blues for higher rates. There are examples where a positive relationship between unemployment and crime rates exists, such as Nevada and Tennessee on the higher side, Maine and North Dakota on the lower side. However, there are still cases where that relationship is not as strong. It is a little challenging trying to define the relationship looking at a full data set like this. So we're going to pull a sample region, just look at the West region to help us compare these two variables. So comparing our sample region, can see that unemployment is a little higher around the coast. You look at states like Washington, Oregon, California, Arizona, but their crime rates are lower and similar to places like Wyoming and Idaho, who have generally lower unemployment rates. This sample and the country graph as a whole both show us again that there may be some relationship, but there may be more variables at play that could cause these rates to increase or decrease. Overall, we have found and can show that there is some positive trend between unemployment and crime rates. It can be said that unemployment rates play a factor in a percentage of the crime rates in an area. Information like this can play a large role in future policymakers' approach for solving issues in their area. If a policymaker is looking to help improve its crime rate, their policy should include an approach to help improve the unemployment rate, but also should not be limited to this. Taking in additional variables individual to their area, such as population density, age concentration, effectiveness of law enforcement and their justice system are a few examples, and can help guide them to create the most effective policies for their area. Although the link between crime and unemployment is very complex, greater employment rates may have great benefits to a county, state, or region, as capital and access to resources may help prevent crimes. We are able to show that there is a relationship between crime and unemployment, and it is valid to acknowledge that a portion of crime can be attributed to a certain level of unemployment. Improvement in these areas is a necessity for creating stronger and safer communities and country. If there are any questions relating to the data or these findings, I can be contacted best by email, or my LinkedIn is here. If you'd like a hard copy of the presentation as well, I'm happy to send this out as needed. Otherwise, thank you all for your time, and I hope you have a great day.